Page 77, question number 9. A quality image is produced using 80 kVp at 10 mass with a 6:1 ratio grid. Calculate the change in exposure technique to maintain radiation exposure to the image receptor when changing to a 12:1 ratio grid. So when you look at this equation, you'll know that this is regarding a grid conversion. So remember your equation for grid conversion, okay? It's going to be the mass of the first over the mass of the second equals to the grid conversion factor of the first to the grid conversion factor of the second. Okay, so remember your grid conversion chart, your grid ratios versus your grid conversion factor. So it's always a no grid, then it's 5, 6, 8, 12, 16. It's 5:1, 6:1, 8:1, 12:1, 16:1. And then your GCF or grid conversion factor is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's an easy way to try to remember it. Okay, so you know that your mass for your first one is 10 mass, and that is a 6:1 ratio. So you'll do 10 equals your 6:1 ratio is 3. And what you're trying to look for is the mass for the second one, because you want to change to the exposure technique when you're changing the grid to a 12:1 ratio. So the 12:1 ratio is 12:1 is 5. So now all you do is solving for x. So it's going to be 5 times 10 equals 3x. Now we get x by itself. And that's going to be solving for x, which is going to give you 16.67. We're going to round it up to 17. So it's going to be 17 mass. So the answer is going to be, you're at 80 kVp at 17 mass when you have a 12:1 ratio grid with 10 mass and 6:1 ratio grid. So the answer to that one would be A.